Hello, my dear students. Now, this is part 3 of the chapter Circulatory System. Circulatory system has got 3 parts: blood, heart, and blood vessel. So, today I'm going to teach you about blood vessels. Now, blood is carried throughout the body inside a hollow tube-like structure called the blood vessel. Right? Now, blood vessels are basically of 3 types: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries are thick-walled, elastic, muscular vessels that carry blood away from the heart to different parts of the body. Veins are thin-walled vessels with valves that carry blood towards the heart from different parts of the body, right? And what is capillary? It is the connection between arteries and veins. If you can see over here, capillaries are connecting the arteries and veins. I have taught you about the nervous system. If you remember, I told you there are 3 types of neuron: sensory, motor, and relay. So what was the function of relay or connecting neuron? It was connecting the sensory and motor neuron. Similarly, capillaries are connecting the arteries and veins. Okay. Now I'll explain you with this diagram. Now what does artery do? A for artery, A for away. A is highlighted in a way for you to remember. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Now it is red in color and veins are blue in color. Why? Because arteries are red in color because they carry oxygenated blood. And veins. Now talking about veins, I'm showing it with a blue color because it carry deoxygenated blood. Now what is oxygenated? Oxygen rich blood. Blood rich in oxygen is oxygenated blood, and blood which is not rich in oxygen is deoxygenated blood. Now what does vein do? Vein carry blood back into the heart. Now spelling of vein, if you see it, V-E-I-N, in is there, and over into, so you can remember with this I and in from vein, that means it carry blood back into the heart, right? And what does capillary do? Capillary carries blood to and from the blood cells, right? Now talking about the structure of arteries, veins, and capillary. Arteries are thick, elastic wall with small lumen. Veins are thin walled with large lumen valve, and capillaries are single celled wall, right? Understood? Now the basic difference between arteries, veins, and capillaries are, if we take a cross section of arteries, veins, and capillary, then arteries, what do arteries have? Arteries have lumen which is smaller in size as compared to vein. Vein have a larger lumen and capillary have very small lumen. Now function of arteries is to carry blood away from the heart to other part of the body. Function of the vein is to carry blood to the heart, and function of capillary is to connect the arteries and the vein. Lumen, I've told you, arteries have small lumen, veins have large lumen, and capillary have very small lumen. Now the wall of thickness, which I've told you in the previous slide, the thickness of the wall of artery is, it is thick, elastic, and muscular. Veins are thinner, less elastic, and capillaries are very thin, one cell thick. Okay. Now blood flow of artery is very fast because of high pressure. Veins have slow because of low pressure, and capillaries have very slow because of very low pressure, right? Now I have already told you arteries carry oxygenated blood, but except in pulmonary artery, it does not carry oxygenated blood. Veins carry deoxygenated blood except in pulmonary vein, right? And capillary carries oxygenated blood to cell body, brings deoxygenated blood out of the cell body. Understood? Now the blood vessel entering or leaving the heart is called the great blood vessel. Now they have basically 4 parts. The first one is vena cava, superior vena cava, and inferior vena cava. The next is coronary artery and veins. The next one is aorta, systemic aorta. If you remember the diagram of the heart, I have explained to you all these parts. And the fourth part is pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. Now I'll be explaining you each one of them separately. Now with the help of this diagram, I'll explain you. The first one is vena cava, right? So what does vena cava do? The vena cava are large vein which carries deoxygenated blood. You can see the blue color is showing on the top, it is superior vena cava, and the bottom you can see in inferior vena cava. So the vena cava are large veins which carry deoxygenated blood from body to heart. They are of two types, superior and inferior. I've already told you. The next one is coronary arteries and veins. Now what do they do? The coronary blood vessel includes coronary arteries and veins. There are two major coronary arteries. They supply oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. On the other hand, coronary veins, what does it do? It returns the deoxygenated blood to the right auricle. Okay. Now the next part is the aorta or the systemic aorta. It is the main artery. You can see on the top. So what is it? It is the main artery and it arises from the left ventricle. If you can see in the diagram, you can see the aorta. Okay. So it arises from the left ventricle to all part of the body. So what does it do? It carries oxygenated blood from left ventricle to all part of the body except the lungs. Okay, understood? Then the fourth one I told you is pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. Now pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to the lungs for purification, and pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood from lungs to the left auricle, right? So understood? So this is all about the different types of blood vessels and how the blood is transferred from arteries to the vein. I hope it is clear to everyone, right? And if you want to study any other topic, please feel free to comment, and I'll be very happy to make a topic on videos on topic, like depending on your demand. And if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.